Hey guys, if you're looking at this video, you've come here because I've put the Evangelion Nerv theme that's based on the Sharp Docomo phone onto Kyocera Rise. It's a theme that was made by a guy by the username of QNBT on the XDA forums, and he's done an amazing job. But this theme is really made to work on phones with a little bit more real estate on the screen. This is only a 3.5-inch screen, so it doesn't work exactly the way it would on a bigger phone like a Galaxy. There is a package out there that's an MDPI package with a little bit smaller icons and lower resolution icons that you can use for a smaller phone like the Galaxy Ace. But I really like this HDPI pack, so I figured I would make it work, and so I have. Basically, that's it installed. That's my home screen. Every widget that you see on there actually works. I haven't put anything in that doesn't do something or display some kind of information. I've also done a bit of editing with hotspots and so forth, so I'll kind of run through that. Number one, though, I've resized this screen using Nova Launcher. That's one of the apps that you need, or I've rearranged the grid, I guess you'd say. So mine is 6 rows and 4 columns. And I also eliminated my dock and moved the dock shortcuts, like for messages and phone calls, contacts, over to a second home page. And what that let me do was open up some real estate down here. Now I can just as easily set the dock so I can hide it with a swipe, but as soon as you bring it back, it covers up the stuff on the bottom anyway. And really, if I'm going to swipe to bring my dock out or press home twice, I can just do this and I've got the same button, so there's no point to have it. So I got rid of the dock, and then I was able to put some extra icons down here. So what we've got is a music launcher, which I've set up to link to a Siren Music app. The company I'm with gives you unlimited downloads of music through their own software, so that links to that software. I don't store any music natively on here, so I don't need buttons like play or pause or whatever, because that all comes up. We've got the Nerv unique ID, which I've edited to include a unique ID down here at the bottom. This is the voice calls and text messages info bar, which is called a memory or a CPU bar, and it has like some random numbers here in the original version, and basically the last number of each of the random ones is your missed calls or SMS or whatever. I didn't particularly like that. I didn't feel I needed those numbers for show, so I actually edited those down, which you can't really see, but one side says missed calls, one says SMS, and they read at 0 unless you've got a message. Beneath that is the system monitor light data usage graph, so that's behind that. Works awesome. I love it. The weather app works, the Google search bar hotspot launcher works, if I can press it here with my phone being in my way, so that's all perfect. I've also included a hotspot on the clock, so I can directly access the clock apps to set alarms and stuff like this. This is the Siren Music one. I've edited my phone number. Obviously, I don't think my camera will pick it up, but I didn't want to include that anyway. And I've basically filled this screen on both sides to use as much of the screen space as possible to really make this look like it's, sort of supposed to, let's say. One thing, if you have one of these phones, you'll find when you start to load icons at the bottom of most part of the screen, you can only really catch the top of them. It stops being sensitive. So if I'm trying, oh well, it worked today. Oh no, it disappeared. Never mind. So I'll have to put that back. So be careful to touch only on the top part of it. Otherwise, either you'll lose your icon or else it just won't work. So I only put stuff down here I don't really use, like the calculator or whatever. Now, with these phones, you've got a power bar that lets you toggle your Wi-Fi and GPS, and I didn't like the bar. I wanted a shortcut because it didn't match anything, so I've actually used an app called Wi-Fi Toggle, and I've included icon for it here, or I've changed the icon, so that toggles my Wi-Fi on and off. Super app, nice and light, hardly uses any memory, and you've got the option to edit the icon, so it's perfect. What else can I tell you here? The wallpaper, I had to resize using the Wallpaper 2 app, I think it's called, because I could not get the wallpaper to fit. I couldn't resize it no matter what I did. It always wanted me to crop it. So I resized it with the Wallpaper 2, saved it, and then I actually uninstalled Wallpaper 2, and the wallpaper stayed the way it was supposed to. So that's awesome. I may put that back in to try some of the other Nerv wallpapers, or I might just leave it because I like the grid system. Weather's working fine. Battery indicator's working fine. USB works fine. This little indicator here gives you the battery percentage, which you don't really need because you've got this one, but it also gives you the week of the year and the current temperature, which I do like to have, so that's awesome. Widget for the Siren Music app works 100%. The only thing I couldn't really get to work properly was the lock screen. I've tried everything. I could not get it to take. When I did make it work, what ended up happening was I had to use third-party software, which obviously everybody has to for lock screens unless you buy one. And not only did it really slow the phone down, but it also left the original lock screen behind it, which was kind of pointless. I didn't want to go through one lock screen and then go through another one. So maybe one day I'll figure that out, but for right now I'm happy with what I've got. And that's about it. The only other thing I did, which I've taken out now because it was kind of buggy, I'm going to be looking into that. I had another home screen that I'd set up with RSS, simple RSS widget, and it was this awesome RSS feeder, and you're able to change the color of the text. So I actually had that set up light amber and dark amber with a Google search bar up top, and it totally fit the theme, and I like stuff that works, that tells me something. So that was an awesome app, and if I get the chance to spend some time, I'll see why it stopped working and see if I can make it work permanently. In terms of running all this stuff, I'm using a lot of memory on this phone. I'm using about 80% of my memory, but the phone itself still runs fine. It's still plenty fast. All of my menus, there's no lag. Everything's working well. If I could find a way to change this screen to have that same background, I would love to do it. If anyone's got any ideas for that or for the lock screen or some tips, please let me know. And other than that, you know what, if you've got a smaller size phone and you've made all these icons and stuff work from QNBT with this package, put a video response on here and show everyone. And now I guess the last thing I want to do is give a ton of props to QNBT for putting this together for all of us and putting it out there at no charge. You can donate to him, which I think is a great idea, because these apps are all awesome and they're easily used by somebody who's never ever touched an Android phone. This is the first time I've done anything like this, and I was able to edit things, change text, set up hotspots, resize, do all kinds of stuff. Very straightforward and very simple to use. So that is one awesome guy, and he gets all the credit for this. So that is the end of my video. Thanks for watching.